All right, guys. Well, I guess we got to talk about the elephant in the room. Yeah, it doesn't really fit. Yeah, it doesn't really fit. It's the best thing I can say. But we do with what we can, right? Gonna have to do a glow plug in this thing. I'm gonna check the code. I'll bring you along on the journey because I can't remember. I think it's glow plug number 4, but my memory's not so good. Anywho, I'm gonna put this thing ready to go in the air, as in put the lift arms under it, and then I'll get the scanner out and we'll take a look. All right, here we are. We have to check a quick check engine light. The OBD plug is, let's see. Oh, it's right there. You know, it'd be funny if I actually owned this truck, wouldn't it? Let's see, get on there. All right, we're plugged in. Key on, engine off. And I'm fairly certain that P0674, P0674 pending. Alright, P0674 is a cylinder 4 glow plug. Let's shut her off and get her up in the air and see what we can do. Alright, we are going to take this wheel off. You know what? Maybe we won't. I really don't think we need to. Alright, let me get some different tools. Let's try a fork. Let's try a pair of trim removal pliers, which are conveniently on the top of my toolbox ready to go. Alright. It was supposed to come out as one piece. Yep, I'm having a cigarette. What of it? Alright. So there's a lot of these GM clips which the center is supposed to come out of, and usually when it does, the clip won't come out with it. You can just put them back together. Alright folks, we're running a bit of a, voiceover here because who wants to watch me pull out clips for 5 minutes? Little speed up action here. All I'm doing is using a pair of trim pliers. We're popping out the body clips, took off the mud flap, or about to take off the mud flap. You know, real basic stuff. Enjoy, we'll catch back up with you in a moment. Alright, I'm going to be real with you. This is the glow plug. I can't get you a good view, but let's take our new glow plug. Now, my favorite part about this is if you can read this, they're bougie glow plugs, so I got the good ones. But let's just double check the way this looks here. Alright. Looks about right, I would say. Made in West Germany. Germany. And Baru is the company that makes them. You can buy them from Baru, or you can buy them from GM. Really doesn't matter. So the first thing we got to do is take this little tiny 8mm screw off the end of it. And I'm going to do that with, believe it or not, a shallow 8mm, an extension, a swivel, Nice little assemblage. Try and get on it right. Let's see how bad this ends up being. Alright, let's go over the top. Okay. Well, it's really nice when stuff... Oh, sorry. We'll try and go around from the back here, keep your view, you know. It's nice. You're probably noticing this truck's not real rusty. I have to do a little spraying. I just discovered that there's some rust right in front of you, down in this area here, and I'm gonna take care of that. But we're gonna sneak in with a magnet because I have a hunch that I'm gonna lose this nut, and that way it comes out on the magnet and you can just put it down next to you and not lose it. Okay, so that's the first step is removing this little wire here that I'm lifting up. That is the 12-volt lead. Man, it's hard to get you to focus, but anyway, on my finger here that you can't see, on my finger here up top, maybe, anyway, it's a ring terminal. So now I believe that's a 12. Let's try a 12. Oh wait, all right. All right, it's not so easy to get on. Like way not easy. Okay, hold on. Okay, I think that might be a little bit more than a 1/4 inch drive. Alright, there's no way to get a ratchet right in on it, and it is directly behind the steering column, which is troubling. Alright, let's see if we can even get on it with 3/8 drive. Nope, it's not looking like it's... The angle of the dangle isn't going to work. Maybe a shallow? I don't think so, though. Eesh. Nope, 3/8 ain't gonna work. We're gonna have to try it with the 1/4 inch. We're just gonna grab a bigger ratchet. Alright, I brought in the slightly bigger guns because it's really not easy to get on this thing. Like, once you're on it, the socket really wants to come off. And I think, oh, there we go, that's why. Oh, I think I might have got it. All right, it feels, or it looks like it's loose. I'm gonna get in your way for a second here. Oh yeah, it's unscrewing. All right, I can tell you this, I have a small hunch that this steering shaft is gonna have to come out to get this freaking thing out. Is this a two-hander? It's gonna be a two-finger job. That's sometimes the way this goes. Now when we put the new one in, we'll put a dab of anti-seize on it just to make sure we don't have any major problems. All right, it will come out over the thing. Sweet. So here is your old, oh, let's go in front of the light. Old and new. I mean, let me bench test these real quick and I'll come back if they have any strange results. I bet one's going to be dead and one's going to be good. Alright, I've put a little anti-seize on the threads. Let's gently drop this thing in the hole. Yep, something like that maybe. Okay. I'm going to need to do the 2 army again with the 2 fingers to thread this thing in. But, I mean, overall, I'm going to rate this as a very happy with the repair at the moment. Other than the slight inconvenience of having to give this the fingertip treatment. All right, she is snug. Now we're going to grab the ratchet and literally, I mean, this thing doesn't need a ton of torque. It's really just basically think of it as a spark plug, really. All right, I would say that's we're going to go a little snugger. All right, and that's I'm going to call that installed. It's not loose. Let's double check. Let's give it a little fingering. It is not loose. All right. Let's put our ring terminal back on the end. And don't forget our do not drop nut. It's really funny to think how used to working in these little lack of access kind of spots that you find on a lot of cars. When a layman looks at this and goes, how the hell am I going to get in there? And it's like, after doing this for so many years, you sort of end up in a situation where it's like, how are you going to get in there? Oh, that'll be easy. You know, like, that's nothing. Getting in a spot like that, geez, you should see this or you should see that. And it may make some mechanics or technicians even start to sound a little jaded, just because we've sort of seen it all. Not in a bragging way, but it's, once you work on enough things, they all just sort of look like the same clusterfuck of crap. Oh, we got a phone call here. Hello.
Hey, Kevin from Northern.
How's it going, brother?
Yeah, it's going. Just calling to let you know your CD boot kit is in.
All right, sweet. I'll try to make it down before close. Otherwise, it'll be first thing in the morning.
Sounds good, man.
Thanks, brother. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, where was I? Okay. We got to tighten this terminal here. And what's happening is it wants to rotate the spade lug. So you just kind of hold it while you tighten it and you give it a little persuasion. And you just don't want that rubbing against anything. You can even give her a little bit of a tug if you want to see if you can keep it like really away from the metal. Something like just a little bend. Give her a little more clearance. Clarence. All right, I'm happy with that. I am going to quickly put a little fluid film on there. I'm going to put all this back together, and then I will take you up top and we will verify the repair. All right, see you in a moment. All right, we're back in the truck. We are going to stab in the OBD scanner again, put our keys in, and take a look here. So let's read the code. Okay, 2 codes, 674. All right, we're gonna hold the read button. Yep, okay, erase. Erase, yes. Okay, code says done. All right, no codes. All right, we're gonna shut the key off, gonna take that out, to turn the key back on, and we're gonna watch. So previously, the check engine light wouldn't go out. All right. Let's check that code one more time. Just for shits and grins. 0 codes, mill off. All right, that's fixed. Yes. All right, we are moving on. Since we fixed the glow plug, it's been like 8,000 miles since this thing's had an oil change. So let's pull the plug and get the fluid out. Now, some idiot over here, you're gonna notice, put an unshielded battery terminal right next to the dipstick. That will arc out if you're not careful. Please don't ask me how I know. All right, let's get this thing up in the air. You can tell that this lift is not happy. Oh, don't look at that sticker. Alright, let's keep an eye over here. Make sure we don't, you know, crush my air vent, or air filter rather. That would be bad. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm not that tall. Alright, let me set you up somewhere, and then I remember that I think I have to rip the skid plate off. You know, it's funny, I'm down here looking around in the freaking dark because that's how I do things. Oh, skid plate don't have to come off at all. Let's just, let's lift this thing up a little bit more if we can. All right. That's about good. So let me set you up somewhere and let's change this oil. All right, drain, filter, this should go pretty quick. Yep, definitely haven't changed this oil for a while. All right. Don't worry, I like to keep things in the way basically everywhere and hide traps for myself. All right, let's grab the oil drain bucket here. I think we got 10 quarts left space in there. Yeah, let's take the chance. Why not? I like making messes. I think that's a 15 or a 16. It's really funny. I got you guys on camera watching along, hanging along, but I'm sitting here jamming. I've got Van Halen, Hot for Teacher, just blasting my ear holes, which to the normal person, I don't know, might sound a little annoying, but man, let's roll the dice. I'm like super concerned that we're not gonna have enough room for all this oil, but it's gotta go somewhere. Ooh, that doesn't look like fun oil. That's really nasty. That's like black. All right, let's keep an eye here on this oil bucket. Make sure we don't overflow while we're trying to get this black tar off of our oil plug here. Copper gasket still looks good. Always gotta check your drain plug gasket. These often come in aluminum and they are sacrificial. However, the copper ones are not. So, oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna have rum, I think. So let's get this oil out of here. Let me grab a pair of pliers to get that oil filter off. Let's try this again. Let me get a pair of pliers to get that oil filter off. There they are. All right. Excuse me. Didn't mean to ruin your view for a minute. And per typical General Motors, this skid plate is about 3/4 of an inch too long. So you get this fun scenario where it starts to drip oil off of most of the skid plate. Yep, it starts coming out everywhere. But you really do want to get this oil out, so what's a little oil on the skid plate, I suppose? Ooh, careful where you put your head if you don't want to get your hat all dirty, which is probably too late for this hat. All right, let's loosen this oil filter while we stand here and wait. All right, that's not too tight. So you guys watch that drain. Let me grab a oil filter here. Alright, I like to take, and I probably have one of these like open and ready to use. Let's take a quick look here. Do I have any? Got a little texty messagey there. Yeah. Fuck it, having 38 paint pens open is good, right?
Alright, folks. This ends up being quite a vulgar, annoyed conversation that I have with my friend Lee here. So we'll just give you a little explanation. I'm taking a paint pen and writing the date on the oil filter. You can write the date, you can write the mileage. It's sort of really up to you. I do recommend keeping track more than just a windshield sticker. As a technician over the years, it didn't matter if you used a paint pen or a Bic pen or a fountain pen, for God's sake. Those oil stickers that go on the window, they just tend to fade because your car lasts a lot longer in the sun than you think. So, 3, 4, 5, 6 months out in the sun, your car don't look any different. But that's because paint and leather and fabric and vinyl all have UV resistant coatings. The oil sticker in your windshield doesn't stand a chance. So I just real quick write the date on the filter. Excuse me. And then I roll over there and drop the filter on the car. It's interesting because, over the years, I have heard every different reason of why you should change your oil so often, every different reason why you shouldn't change your oil too often. My reasoning goes, what is the cheapest thing to do to a car? And that is the maintenance. Repairs are always more than maintenance. Even if you're putting the most expensive synthetic oil in a car, there's not a car on the road that an oil change is going to cost more than, say, $200. If you do 10 oil changes, that's $2,000. If, you get up into the 30 oil changes, so now you're talking about $6,000. On any late model car, it's not ridiculous to say a motor replacement with a used unit could be $5,000 to $7,000 to $8,000. So save yourself a few oil changes, cost yourself a motor. Maybe that seems reasonable. Maybe like me, you got that uncle who had a Honda who changed the oil once every 2 years, no matter if it needed it or not, and the car went 300,000 miles. Well, guess what? That's the exception of the rule. That's the 105-year-old guy that still smokes 3 packs a day. Yep, 105-year-old dudes that smoke do exist. However, you don't hear about them every day. Just like the car that went 1,000,000 miles and never had an oil change does exist. Don't hear about them every day. Well, I am about running out of things to say, so we're going to end this little voiceover here, and we'll come back to you in just a moment.
All right, it's oil time. Now, I'm not saying that you should run AMSOIL or not, but what I am gonna say is nothing beats a 10-quart jug. And I will argue with anybody about that because this is way easier, and I mean way easier, than dealing with quart after quart after quart. So we just come in here with our big fatty jug and you just go for it. Just give it to her. No long pours here. I'd like to get all this expensive crap in my engine. Yep. Oil dripping out of a jug. All right. Now, I'm going to very carefully check the oil. Because you see, we have a bit of a shock hazard over here. If you cover the battery terminal with a rag, you don't have any problems with it, shorting out and causing big scary sparks. Because is that what everybody wants, big scary sparks? You can actually see where it really kind of welded itself. If I wasn't quick, I probably would have blown the battery out. All right, dipstick down and in, dipstick up and out. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, we're full. So we'll leave the dipstick out. And we'll take the funnel out, not a filter. Make sure you put your oil cap on so you can read it. All right. I'm going to fire the engine up real quick, then we'll do another dip check on the oil. I'll leave you recording. You guys can shake around because you're actually on a radiator hose. I mean, didn't you ever wonder if you could sit on a radiator hose? As far as I know, you can. Oil pressure's coming up. Oil pressure is now at about 70. Maybe 75. Alright, you shut her back off. And you take a quick look under there. Doesn't look like we got any oil dripping. Alright, now you come back around. Hey, what are you guys just doing sitting around? Why didn't you come over and look for leaks under the truck? Alright, whatever. I'm not going to argue with you guys. Oh, that's about perfect. It's amazing how a diesel will soot oil up in such a way that you literally, like, that came out black, and that's fresh oil. So on a diesel, you cannot tell just by the color of the oil. All right, folks, that's Big Bess taken care of. Glow plug went well, quick oil change, and now she gets out of the shop. We've got a customer's car to work on tomorrow. He's waiting for the car, so we won't be filming that. But thanks for hanging out at least on this portion. There's a lot of other things we're going to do to this eventually. I've got some really nice hydraulic hose style tranny lines for this because these tranny lines leak, well, whenever they want. I have a fuel filter eliminator because I put an air dog on this, and this fuel filter that's right here is sort of redundant. Most people would say, oh, it acts like a restriction. There's a return line to the tank. The pump system provides so much more fuel than is needed that as long as there's nowhere for air to get in, that filter doesn't matter. It's clean. But I'm going to replace that with, I think it's a power-driven diesel maybe, or a thoroughbred diesel. Nice billet replacement. I got a wheel to paint, and that's it as far as I can think. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm not going to sell you merch at the moment. I don't have any merch. If you like the video, just tell people about it. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you want to hit the like button, hit it. I don't ever click notifications on anything when I watch YouTube because I find them very annoying. I don't want my phone going off telling me I got a video. So you do you. Thanks for watching the videos. Have a great day.